You're now experiencing the Gretna Bill Show.
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to the Gretna Bill Show. We're here at the Mount Gretna Hideaway, and we're going to do a podcast on cycling culture. Both here locally in Gretna, here in central Pennsylvania, here in the Mid-Atlantic, and here in the world. And so today is a SAMBA event here at the Hideaway, and SAMBA stands for the Susquehanna Area Mountain Biking Association. And so we have some guests here to talk about that. And first of all, over here to my far left is mi amigo, co-host Todd Hossoppel. Neighbor.
Other side of Mine Road.
And right to my immediately left here is Nick Loftus. He's president of SAMBA. And I'm Gretna Bill, of course. Over here to my right is Nate Boyer. He is one of the reasons why we're here today, to celebrate his liaison relationship with SAMBA and the mountain bike community in general, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then over my far right is mi amigo, neighbor also, Tim Finn. He is also one of the focal points of this SAMBA event, as being a liaison for SAMBA. And we're going to talk a lot about what these guys are doing. And again, I want to give a shout out to Brian Crick, who's allowed us to use the Hideaway to host this event. And he's not quite here yet, but I'm giving the shout out anyway. He might make an appearance in a bit. So, a little bit of business besides the Hideaway. Thank you. Special thanks to our two main sponsors, GUERCIOTTI Bicycles and LUPINE Lighting Systems. You can find those products at GUERCIOTTIUSA.com and LupineNorthAmerica.com. Both of those products are the exclusive distributors in North America. Okay, so first of all, Nick, tell us a little bit about this event tonight.
Well, tonight we're here with New Belgium Brewing. It's one of our main new sponsors of the club. They're doing a promotion tonight where anybody purchases a New Belgium product and they get a free custom pressed hat like the one Nate's sporting right now.
Nice.
So pretty good deal. They've come on as one of the main sponsors of the club this year, and so far the partnership's been really great. We're looking to do bigger and better things with New Belgium in the future, including our Bash event that's coming up in September.
I'm looking forward to that. We're going to come out there for sure.
Yeah. What's that?
When is that?
That is the second weekend of September, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Camping, bonfires. Saturday's the big day. Ride the IMBA Epic. We've got an awesome barbecue from Forest Feed Company coming out, and the entire event sponsored by New Belgium Brewing. So free New Belgium for everybody that comes out and rides and hangs out on Saturday.
Taylor loves.
Awesome.
Loves it up there.
Awesome. So, that's good. I think Lupine Lights is going to be up there for sure, and we're looking forward to that event. And how about let's talk a little bit about what you guys have done, past, present, future, where you're going, just some of the projects you've been working on. They're all really good, and thank you for that in advance, but go ahead.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on these days. So 3 years ago, we opened up the Parkway Trail System in Harrisburg, urban trail system in the state capital. It's been really popular. You can access that from a bike path from anywhere in the city, so you get there traffic free. It made a big difference for people that didn't have necessarily the time to pack up and drive out to the mountains to ride. It's right in town now, so you ride after work, you ride, quick ride here and there, you get it in. A lot of guys that stopped riding because of, had kids or whatever different things, jobs, things like that, they're coming back into the sport now because the facility is there. It's right there, they can get to it quickly, and there's fun trails up there. So the Parkway Trail has been really popular. Last year we opened up the Hershey Medical Center trails, which have also been very popular, also accessible from the bike path in town. They've been really popular, and we're working on a little bit of expansion up there still currently. So new trails don't come along every day. We put new trails on the ground last couple of years, 10 miles in Harrisburg, 10 miles in Hershey. In between there, we assisted with building 2 gateway trails on high school grounds. So one in Elizabethtown and one in Mechanicsburg. So in Mechanicsburg, mountain biking is being incorporated into the high school PE curriculum. So you can participate in mountain biking as part of your high school PE. Satisfy your credits there. It's pretty awesome. The one in E-Town has been used a lot by the NICA League, and a lot of people are using these trails as a place to just try it out and kind of figure if it makes sense for them and learn the basics. So these gateway trails have been really popular, and it's part of what we're kind of focusing on in the future is more trails that appeal to more people and ways to get people riding at a younger age, even pre-NICA age. So those two projects were really popular, and we're looking to do more of that with NICA in the future.
It's incredible, for the three things that you mentioned. So, we've been out we ride every week, and, we've been seeing the mountain bike, the high school mountain bike kids out here from E-Town. There was, 30 that we passed last week? I mean, it's
so
incredible.
Cool.
And,
so cool.
I saw you up at the Greenbelt, a few months ago, and we talked a little bit, and, it's easy to talk about all of these things, but to actually get it done is pretty incredible. Yeah. Those trails in Harrisburg are amazing, but you never know they're there, and that's why we need to talk about this stuff. Yeah. And the Hershey trails are really getting beat in really nicely. Like, they are flowing, you get something open, it's going to get better, but when you go back, and I encourage people, if you've been there in the beginning, to go back again, because they're really a lot of fun and challenging. And so, it's really impressive for me. I think, when did you take over? 2-3 years ago as president? I think that's really
I'm in my third year.
Yeah, third year. So, the one question I had for you, we were texting the other day. There was that article recently in the Lancaster newspaper about the new project you're working on in Ephrata. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working with Ephrata Borough and Mainspring of Ephrata to develop a mountain bike park in the downtown Ephrata area. So it's adjacent to the rail to trail. The park is going to consist of a few different phases. So there's going to be a pump track. There's going to be a dirt jump line. There'll be a skill building areas of different levels for different abilities. And then there'll be 2 gateway trails. So you'll really have a place to learn how to ride, develop the skills, and then move on out into the bigger areas like here in Gretna or elsewhere. There's nothing like that in our area, and we're really going to use that area as a place to develop young riders and establish an intro to mountain biking, different curriculums. So there'll be different formats for that. There'll be a weekend session. There'll be a week-long session in the evenings. There'll be platforms for kids and adults. So we'll actually have some place to take people that want to learn to ride, show them the basics, and they'll have a place to practice and learn, and then a ladder of progression that moves them out into the bigger and more expansive, more difficult areas.
That's great, and segue into one of the future episodes of the Gretna Bill Show when we'll be over at Marysville to the cyclocross relay, and we'll be interviewing Mike Kuhn and some of the coaches, Ben Strine, and some of the actual high school mountain bikers, and we'll be talking about the NICA League more in depth. So yeah, thanks for that intro. That was a good lead in, man. I appreciate that.
We've worked a lot with the NICA leagues. We helped facilitate the first NICA Teen Trail Corps Day in the state league up in Hershey, and we've had close ties with a lot of the NICA leagues. And then the Hershey Trails actually spawned a NICA team starting up in Hershey.
Wow.
So this year there will be a Hershey composite NICA high school mountain biking team.
Nick, what else? What else other than Ephrata? I feel like you got more projects going on.
We do. We have 6 projects in development right now that are in various stages of working through agreements and negotiating access to land. A couple of those are big projects in state forests. A couple of them are smaller projects, but we're trying to hit all the marks and provide opportunities for everybody and just really try to grow and develop the mountain biking community here as much as possible. Because if we have the facilities, people will ride. If there's no places to ride, it's not going to happen.
That's good info, man. I really appreciate that. And today we're celebrating the liaison with Nate Boyer, who, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you are a past alumna of the NICA High School Mountain Biking League. So how was your experience on that?
So I actually joined the league the first year it was introduced. So I went to school at Mannheim Central. We didn't have a team, but Elizabethtown did. So I was able to join in with them and was able to do all the races, all 6 races, and it was a great time. Like, I grew up in like cross country races, playing soccer, but there was nothing for mountain biking. So jumping into that with a bunch of other kids my age was just a incredible experience.
I always thought that, I always played team sports growing up, and I wish that I had a mountain biking thing to get into. But to your point, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of students, a lot of kids that just aren't equipped or don't want to be in a part of a team sport. It's not their thing.
Yeah.
And biking is such kind of an individual thing, but yet it offers them an alternative. So like I never really got into playing basketball, I never really got into playing football kind of thing. But yeah, I can go out and mountain bike, and that's a great thing.
Imagine if you had that opportunity available when you were back in middle school or high school, and NICA's been amazing, but we're going beyond that now and looking like how do we hook kids and get them into riding even pre-NICA age. NICA starts 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah, wow.
How do we get them even younger? So with the Ephrata facility, there's going to be a track dedicated there just for the little guys on the balance bikes, the Striders, Kids don't learn with training wheels anymore. They learn with the Strider bikes.
Right.
Those Strider bikes have knobby tires, So we'll start them young, get them riding earlier, grow that community, grow ridership in the area, grow the support from the ground up that will support the mountain biking community and support SAMBA and those of us that are out there trying to...
and selfishly get us more trails to ride.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, who doesn't want more trails and better trails?
Who doesn't? So Tim, you're also the new liaison with SAMBA, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing up with the Governor Dick Board and your involvement there, and some of the maintenance stuff we've been working on with you.
Sure. So with the increased volume of riders and the increased amount of riders, we need to make sure that our trail system is sustainable. We all want more miles and more trails, and many of us are working on those from many different fronts, but we need to make sure what we currently have is taken care of and that we continue to grow our network and not lose it at all. And so Nate and I are working with the Governor Dick Board to improve and hopefully grow our network on Governor Dick. Nate, you want to tell him you're going to the meeting tomorrow night? You want to tell him what you're proposing?
Yeah, so tomorrow night we're going to continue in our efforts to improve the trails and really build rapport with the board. So we came in and we said mountain bikers are a big part of this and we really want to help. We really care about the trails. So we've been doing, our first trail project was on Trail 5, putting some rock on there to fix some wet areas. And then now we're moving into like Trail 13, and then in the future onto like other trails like 15. So within the past 2 years, there's been an incredible amount of rain that's hit the park, and there's been no maintenance done to help that. So trails have just gotten worse and worse and worse, more eroded each time people ride them. So we're coming in saying, hey, we're here to help, and we're here as a community trying to make this place better for everyone, not just mountain bikers, hikers. So
what's our next day?
That stone you guys put in 5 totally seems to have done the trick.
We were on it tonight.
That was a good day.
That whole trail was wet, and the last handful of times I've gone through after rains, it's working great. And, those are simple projects, but they need to be done, right? And you need people like you guys to kind of just make sure that, the things that are need to be fixed, that somebody's focusing on that. And so I appreciate what you guys did on Trail 5 because, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is when you're riding it.
So Nate, what's next? What's our next date here?
So I believe what we're doing October 5th. So we're going to come out and we're going to put some of the rock that was left over from the last project and put it on a section of Trail 5. But in the meantime, we're going to go onto Trail 13 in the worst section where it gets really wide and it's all rutted out. And we're going to put some flags to reroute the trail. We're going to try to make it more sustainable, kind of like Trail 15 in the fact that there's a lot of rock. Rock can't really erode. So we're just going to try to do that and keep riders drier when they ride, and no one likes riding on muddy trails.
If people want to help out, how do they do that?
So we're going to be posting stuff on our Ride Gretna page, So we'll be putting the dates out there. That's probably the best way
Sure.
for
What's the
people to
Ride
find
Gretna
out.
page?
And then
Right,
through this
Gretna
avenue
is
as well.
RideGretna.com.
Gretna Bill
and
Show.
SAMBA. So October 5th is our next trail maintenance. We're going to finish Trail 5, Todd. We're going to hopefully open up the bottom of Trail 13 from the last step stone over across, and then Nate, what's at the end of October? I'm looking forward to this. Come on, we all got to.
Yeah, Nate, that's the next episode for the Gretna Bill Show, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so this will be the second edition of the Gretna Gravel Grind. So it'll be a 60-mile loop all around Mount Gretna, Middle Creek. So we just had the Middle Creek Gravel Grind last weekend. So we're gonna hit some of that.
Join us, please.
I got a bike.
And also, this gravel grind event is going to benefit what organization, Nate? That's a really good thing as well.
So yeah, it's gonna go right back to Governor Dix. So just like this project before, it cost us money. So we're gonna give them some more money to do other projects, not exactly trails, but whatever they deem fit. So
Good.
I'm hoping they'll be pretty happy with it and we can move forward.
Shout out to the boulders, because it was the boulders that earned this $600 that got us that stone.
All right, shout
So
out.
now
Good
it's
call,
time for
Tim.
some bikers to
pick up the slack here.
to contribute back to the mountain to keep our trails going.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to get involved with SAMBA, help out, or just join, what's the best way for them to do that, Nick?
The best way is just hit the website, sambabiker.com. There's links there to join. There's links there to volunteer. Keep up with all the news and events. There's links to all of our social media. Check it out. We always need the help. That's our biggest need is volunteer labor. We have almost 2,000 people engaged with SAMBA. And
That's wild.
And
That's
if,
great.
if everybody gave up one ride or sacrificed one morning, just one morning a year, we'll be able to trail across the country. We'd have more than enough that we need to do. So
Thanks a lot, man, for coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks for
thank
having
you,
this
guys.
event. Thanks for you guys stepping up to the plate. Todd, my co-host, mi amigo, you got any final words here before we close this out?
Nah, this has been a lot of fun. I learned a lot of new information tonight. I hope everybody
as well
else
as I did,
hope
too,
everybody else did. It's great to see what Nick's done in the last couple of years that we've known each other, and it's much appreciated for local riders.
not just me, but SAMBA as a whole.
Well,
We've come a long way in the last few years, and we continue to grow and try to look ahead to the future.
Hey, Bill, how many GUERCIOTTIs you up to this year?
Dude, I think we're going on to a dozen. So, yeah.
Just in the area.
Yeah, just in the area. So, again, that's a final note. Thanks to our sponsors, GUERCIOTTIUSA.com and GUERCIOTTI Bicycles, LUPINENorthAmerica.com and Lupine Lighting Systems. And also, in this particular instance, thank you to the Mount Gretna Hideaway for letting us host our show here, our podcast. And thanks, Todd. Thanks, Nick.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Nate, always a pleasure. Tim, thanks again. And thank all you guys for joining us. And stay tuned for the next episode of the Gretna Bill Show, which is a show about cycling culture here in Mount Gretna and central Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic and the world.
I'll drink
Hey,
to
how you
that.
doing? Yeah, good job. All right, cheers, guys.